everyone, welcome to the next video in this series from Agotapop's December Tinies on Shelves, and we have this quite a detailed cupcake to do, but it's got quite a lot of fun little things going on. Let's move it across. There we go. So we obviously have the case, we have what looks like fairy lights, we have a gift, we have the icing, important, Christmas tree which looks quite similar to the one on the first cupcake we did, and a little bow. I guess that's a gift actually, and another gift. So, and some hearts. Let's start with colouring the cake. Is it going to be chocolate? Is it going to be vanilla? Or is it going to be iced underneath the, you know, is it going to have some royal icing under the buttercream? I think we'll just do it a plain cake colour. I'm going to go for the, I'm not sure actually. I was going to go for the Dijon, but I think it's a little bit too green. So I'm going to try the sandcastle. If I can find it, here we go. Sandcastle. Oh, the wind is blowing, and the sunshine on the wall is flickering away. But I think it's okay. I was going to grab my magnifying glasses, but never mind. I forgot. This is not the right colour at all. I don't know what this is, but it's not. It's not what I was hoping for. But we can adapt it. I'm completely confident. So I'm going to turn to my browns, I think. Yeah. So I'm going to use a bit of nutshell now. And what I'm going to do is do a very light sort of circular movement over. So I'm hoping that I can leave some gaps so we can see some of the yellow through and some not. So some areas will be darker than others. I know it's a bit fiddly for such a small area, but why not? There we go. And then a bit of shadow with a more definite mark underneath the icing. Now I've decided that I'm not going to make this cake really Christmassy in colour. I'm going to make the Christmas tree green, but I'm thinking I might do like pink icing. We've got pink hearts, and we could do like purpley present. We could just do it a little bit different. Why not just give you some different ideas? So I'm going to start with the icing. I do want it pink, but I'm looking at what colours I've got. We don't have the sort of pink I would have liked to have used. I think I'm going to go for the blush pink. I think it might work. Here it is. I'm rather fond of this colour, but I hope it's going to work. Now because it's icing, I feel like it should be quite light in colour, so I'm going to hold the pencil on its side quite far down and just do a really gentle movement to try and get just a really light colour. You can see it's more of an orangey pink, a salmony pink, rather than a Barbie pink. A Barbie pink, you know what that is. Whoops. So we're just going for a light layer. And what I might do is make those hearts metallic completely. We did metallic around the hearts on our last cake that had hearts on. Ooh, that's a bit messy and heavy. You can always reduce it with an eraser, but what I'm going to do, this isn't not finished yet, so I will see what it looks like. So what I'm going to do now is put a bit of shadow in here. So this bit's a bit darker, and then I'm just going to gently colour, fading as I go, so that the edge is still that really light colour. Now I've got to decide on each piece which is behind, so I think that is the back of that one. So just to colour a bit like that, and then down here like this to the side. Whereas this one, I feel like I'm colouring pumpkins again. This is how I colour pumpkins, not pink though. That'd be a bit weird. I did do a purple one, but I was told you got purple ones in Australia. The Australians, they always want to be a bit different. Good for them. They have all their different weird animals as well. Now for this one, I'm going to go around the edge. But I don't want it as dark as this, just a little bit darker, just to give it some shape. So I'm just really, really lightly building up some layers. Yeah, I find it quite amazing that there are animals in Australia that are nowhere else in the world. I mean, I don't know why I'm so amazed. It's just, you know, sorry, I'm just blowing my nose. You know, they're an island, but does that happen on our island or in the UK? I don't think so. So that's why I find it a bit quite amazing. I'm going to colour those hearts in the hot pink. I may not use the glitter. I might change my mind. Excuse me, now I've got hiccups. But I'm trying to work out whether I think that purple will go with this type of pink, because it's such a reddish pink, like a almost like a carmine, and I don't know if I think it will. So I'm thinking hard. Let's do the Christmas tree. I know what I want to do for that. I want to do this Christmas tree with a grey green. I think it'll work well with this colour scheme. So I'm going to use the cactus. Oh, if I can get it out of the case. Here it is, cactus. Excuse me. Oh, actually I'm just going to do that heart in the same colour. I think we need to use the hot pink for the heart. I think that's going to work well. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if I don't think in the UK we have exclusive animals that no one else has, but maybe we do. Maybe every country does. I really don't know enough, do I? But we just sort of think about Australia and their kangaroos and their wallabies and their wombats and their so basically all their marsupials and duck-billed platypuses and things like that. Whereas here we don't have, you know, I'm sure most of our animals and birds are European, but I guess it's not that far across the channel. But animals that can't swim would struggle. I'm just trying to make it darker under here. I'm hoping I can make it so I don't have to put another colour in, because I'm not sure how well that worked, putting like a shadow in like I did on the last one. So I'm going to just try and do it with this pencil rather than using a different colour. I think it works slightly better. I don't really know why I'm talking about wombats when I'm colouring in the cake, but anyway. I remember I used to, I remember making a whole tin of iced cupcakes and taking them into school for PTA, and of course they tipped over in the bag. I think I'm going to use this blush pink that we used for the icing for my, this, whatever this is, garland? Is that the word? Yeah, and they tipped over, went upside down and all over the place. So the buttercream smushed and went really nasty. But, you know, I think my friend ate them. Because obviously we weren't going to waste them, but we couldn't really sell them. Now I'm thinking, do I want to do pinkish red for these gifts or move away? I feel like I have to. like there isn't really any other colours that are going to match that well. So where are we going to go? Sangria. Maybe we could, or will, where's the sangria? Maybe I'll do all the gift wrap. 2 of the gift wraps in this colour. So here it is, sangria. Oh, I keep knocking it, I'm sorry. So I'm going to start with a layer, just like I often do. I might not make it too dark because it's quite an intense colour. I think it will match without being too much the same as the other colours. Yeah, so I tended to, but buttercream is so expensive because of the cost of the butter. And they would sell the cupcakes for like 30p. You think, crikey. So in the end I used to just do sugar icing, you know, icing sugar and water. Maybe a bit of food colouring in it because it was just so much cheaper. And I could afford to donate the cakes, but it just felt like if they're selling them so cheaply, and they sell anyway regardless of what they are, might as well just make them cheaply, you know. And there were some people who used to make them organic and or gluten free, or you know, and they would still charge like 30p. I had many meetings where I tried to get the committee to put the price up. Now I think that's too dark. I'm going to use, I don't know, hang on. Yeah, I'm going to use the pompeian red for the other one. I think we used this already on, maybe it was that candy cane. Anyway, I wanted a slightly different colour. Oh, my eyes are getting funny. Oh, I might have to get out my my magnifying specs soon. But I might make this my last picture of the day. My eyes going. Oh. Right, for my bows I'm going to use a green, so it sort of matches in with that Christmas tree. I'm going to use the field grey. It is green. Here we go. And as per usual, a light layer over the whole thing to get us going. I'm trying to think about what to do about these fairy lights on the cupcake case, because I have to introduce another colour, really. I'm doing this bow like I've done them in previous pictures, so really go in dark on the little indenty bit and then put a bit of extra colour on each end. I'm just going to fade that down to the bottom. Okay, and then the same, this one I think I'm going to make it a bit lighter in the centre here. There we go. I was just wondering, my husband came in here just now. I don't know what he's doing. I don't like him coming in here. It's things that you can see, like his Christmas card, which I expect you saw. Oh well. He's got all the bookcases in here are his, so I guess he was looking at those. Now, the red on these presents isn't very well burnished, but I don't really want to plaster down the colour really hard. So what I really need is a blending pencil or a burnisher just to finish it off. I do have a burnisher here actually. Now the problem with a burnisher is once you've done it, you can't go over the top. But I don't want to, so I think it's fine. So I'm going to burnish these. And I actually find that if you don't burnish too hard, you can go over the top. So I don't need it really hard, just enough to look a little bit darker. There we go. And I'm going to use the shiraz, I think that's what it's called, I might be wrong. Yeah, which is a really dark colour, to put a few shadows in around our ribbons. So down the side of this one and underneath, and the same on this one, just underneath. And where they overlap. There we are. Actually, this one's tucked in behind this cream, so we have a bit there too. There we go. Now our cupcake case, well, it's a little bit difficult to know. I did a stripy one before. I think we could just do a plain one, but we just need to colour it in with something. I think what I'm going to do is use this very dark shiraz and put a really light layer on, and then go over the top with it with something else. So do go lightly, because this will form a sort of dark base, which will change the colour, so that I'm going to go over it with this colour and it will just look a little bit different. I can hear some weird music. It's very odd. It's like a single note being played and held, and then another one, and it's not particularly tuneful. As I say, most odd. There we go. I still haven't really decided what I'm doing with these lights, but I think we could probably make them white or cream, warm white, something like that. We could just use the glitter pen, to be honest. Have a think. Right, there's that. So now I'm going to grab the blush pink and put it on top. Hopefully we'll create a slightly darker but pretty colour. Certainly interesting. Almost looks a teensy bit red winey, I think. And when I have finished doing this, I'll go back to my dark colour, put in some shadows and things. I hope everyone's okay. Getting into the Christmas spirit. I know it's not always an easy time of year. It can be quite stressful, even for the most calm person. You know, not everyone celebrates, of course, either. Right, back to our shiraz. Now, I'm going to put a darker bit in there, where there would be a fair bit of shadow. Then we're going to mark in some shadows under this, and we'll come back and colour that in later. But I'm also thinking about these dips in the cupcake wrapper. What to do with that. Might just sort of draw them in and put a little bit of shadow each side. That's okay. Now, our string on our lights, I thought we might do in green. What have we got here? We've got the I think I'm going to use the cactus. I think it's a nicer colour, but put it down quite hard and then it will look a little bit different to the tree. Oops, gone onto the light there. Now I thought I could try and find a colour to do the lights which might sort of work with our sponge cake. So I do have the sandcastle that I was using. Very tempted to use that. It's a bit brown. The other option is to go for something really light. I think I'll do that. I'm going to go with the parmesan. Parmesan being a very light yellow. We'll see how that works. Might work better if it's sharp. So just working through. I didn't want them really bright, but as I say, I could do them in a glitter pen. There we go. Now I think I'm trying to think now what to do with my glitter pen. I think I might get my white actually and do a bit of shine on these. I quite like them. I don't really want them in glitter. Maybe we can just use a bit around our lights. But the gold is quite brash, isn't it, and bright, which I didn't really want. I know. Just got to find what I want. Here it is. This is the clear glitter pen, number 700. So I'm going to go over these lights in glitter, but it's a clear glitter, so they won't change colour. That's better. This pen is so useful. It's probably the glitter pen that I use the most. And you see what I can do is I can put it over the top of these hearts and you can still see that white pen shine and everything coming through, which is fabulous. There we go. So there is that one. Let me just dip it to the light so you can see the glitter. And obviously when the light catches the glitter really strongly, then all you can see is shine, but you know, it depends what angle you look at it, but you can still see those white marks, which is great. Right, that is me for today. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope that you have a really good rest of your day and that you come back tomorrow. Tomorrow's is so cute. So I hope you come back to have a look at that one with me. But for now, thank you for watching and happy coloring.